going to talk about some exercises to work on your alternate picking skills. So I'm just going to choose something simple here with just putting a C chord in my right hand so you can hear the triad, do, mi, so, like that. Okay, so first I'm just going to work from between two strings. And now that you know what I'm doing with my left hand, I'm just going to zoom in on, the right hand. And perhaps a little bit like this. Okay, so two things you can do with just two strings and two notes is practice picking down through the lower string and then up through the upper string, meaning via pitch, the larger down through the larger string and up through the smaller string. And you want to just work on the path of the pick and making it as efficient as you can make it and as relaxed as you can make it. I'm going to put a little bit of rotation in there so that my hand's kind of rotating like this, and there's a little bit of, let's see if I can. That's all I'm doing. Okay, then do it the other way. So then go down through the higher pitch string and up through the lower pitch string. So at first we were kind of playing the outside of the strings. I was playing down through this string and up through this string. And now I'm going to play down through this string and up through this string. It's the other option. And it's a little bit smaller. This bit's actually just a little bit easier, actually. Right? Just a tiny bit. And then once you get down and then up and then down and then up, you can put them together. And so what happens is you get a little figure 8 pattern. You go up, down, 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 up, down. And what you're just going for is just smoothness and ease. You may anchor your hand if you're a hand anchorer. You may not anchor your hand if you're a not hand anchorer. I'm anchoring a little bit of my palm right there. So I'm going up, down through the lower string and then up, down through the higher string. Okay, what's the other option? Down, up. Down, up through each string. I went up, down through each string. Now I'm going down, up through each string. Down, up, 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 down, up. I'm just working through the options. So just to do all the things that we just did again, I went down through the lower string, up through the upper string. Do that a bunch of times. Just work on getting it smooth. Then I went down through the upper string, up through the lower string. People refer to the first thing there as outside picking because you're kind of playing from the outside of the pair of the strings, and the other as inside picking because you're playing from in between the strings. And then I just did up, down on each string. Oops. We don't charge for mistakes, as Danny Gatton said. Up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then I did down, up, 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 down. Okay. The other thing that I would do with two strings is do 3 notes and 1, and think about a string of four notes and moving where the exception is. So I could go down, up, down, up. So I'm playing the first 3 notes on the lower string and then the last on the higher string. It's also good to work on dynamics with these things. And I guess the other thing I should say is, if you're working on smoothing one of these patterns out, go ahead and play through the four notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then play the 5th note and stop. And just feel what it feels like to play that fast without the constant repetition in there, and then try to make it feel as easy as you can make it feel. And then loop it. Okay, so I put the exception on this string. Now I'm gonna, I should say on the last beat. I went 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm gonna move it back 1 beat and put it on 3. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, that's a little bit different pattern with the pick. Then you do. Now it's interesting. Now when I get to putting it on the second place, it's essentially the same as the first one, but reverse. The first one I did when I put it on the 4th beat. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4. It just flips the polarity basically. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The nice thing about these things is if I take my fingers off the strings, and if you're, sitting there on the couch next to your loved one, I'm going to turn up the volume so you guys can hear it. That's something you can practice anytime, anywhere, and it's not too bothersome. I've done a lot of picking practice, probably much to my loved ones' chagrin, but you guys can take the risks that you want to take. Anyway, okay. And so that was, I basically did some groups of 2 and 2, and then 3 and 1. And the other thing that I'd say will actually work on your dexterity with the pick, even across 2 strings, is to play across 3 strings. So finally coming back to all 3. So just keep alternating down, up, but down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This will really help you move the pick around and learn how to move it smoothly. Whereas I'm going, let's show it from this angle, down, up, down, up, down, up. It ends up being a 6-note pattern. You go down, and then you go up, down, up. That's a pretty good little exercise too, because that basically takes care of all of the options, because you have on the first one having down on the biggest string, up on the middle string, down on the highest string, the littlest string, and then you have up, down, and up. So it's just as far as just pure working on smoothness of alternate picking exercises, those are the ones that I've actually, kind of played around with on the couch, just moving, just working on the this feeling of the smoothness of the pick. I hope that helps. And if you liked, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all of that stuff. Thanks.